This is how to loom a rose and a leaf, and here's what it looks like. And we're going to start off with our medium loom, and you need a loom that has at least 28 pegs, and you're going to E-wrap 28 pegs for a cast on. You can use bigger looms to create more petals on a rose, but I'm using this as a smaller example. Next, you're going to E-wrap 24 pegs. So you can use the 36 peg and the 41 peg loom to create larger flowers, larger roses. And go ahead and start tossing them over. Don't do that cast on first peg there, but go ahead and toss over the 28 peg. Our next technique is going to be starting working on each individual petal. You'll be working the first 4 pegs, and you're going to E-wrap 4 pegs for 2 rows. So this is row 1, and this is row 2. Then you're going to E-wrap 3 pegs, and then go back and E-wrap the 2 middle pegs, and go in and E-wrap 3 pegs. Then E-wrap the 4 pegs for 2 rows, so there's row 1. There's row 2. Now your original E-wrap cast on, you want to go in and you want to put on those 4 pegs. You can also go in and do all the petals first and then go back in and do this, but you're wanting to fold the original cast on E-wrap back onto the peg, kind of like making a brim, except you're making petals. So continue that exact thing with the next 4 pegs and the next 4 and the next 4, and you do that all the way around. And with this, we're going to have 2 pegs left over it. So now that you've got that, you're going to take the very last loop and pull it over to the next one, toss the bottom loop over. Now you're going to E-wrap 27 pegs. Toss both loops over. This connects the top and the bottom of the petal on your petals on your rose. After you've done that, this is what it should look like all the way around. And as again, you can do the same concept on a larger loom or a smaller loom. I wouldn't suggest smaller, but definitely go larger. Now you want to cast off, and you can do this cast off whichever way you'd like. I use a crochet hook when I do my cast off. Go ahead and cast off all your pegs. And continue that all the way around. Now that you've done that, this is what it looks like off the loom. And you want to take the end that doesn't have the extra, and you want to start on the end that doesn't have that extra. So you want to start rolling it. You want to roll the entire thing around itself. And there's your rows. Now you just have to sew the bottom to keep the rows together. And that's where you need your crafter's needle to go in and sew up the bottom. And I'm going to stick mine through. You can do this any way you like. You can slowly roll the flower up and sew along. I'm doing it as one big chunk. But you want to sew the bottom up so that the row stays together. And I like to tie up my extra ends. And just snip the extra. And then we'll get started on the leaf. And there's your rose. You want to E-wrap or drawstring cast on 7 pegs, then go ahead and knit 7. You can choose to E-wrap, it makes the leaf bigger. Instead of knitting, it's up to you. I'm knitting here to make a smaller leaf, but you cast on 7 and knit 1 row, or E-wrap 1 row. Then you're going to knit 2, and then you're going to decrease to the middle. Skip that one, and then decrease and pull it back to that middle peg. The reason you're doing that is to give it a general direction to the center of the leaf, and knit 2. Now we're going to knit 2, yarn over 1, knit 1, yarn over, and then knit 2. So there's your yarn over, and then pull all those loops over. Should be 3. Yarn over and knit 2. And then you're going to knit 7 pegs for 2 rows. be row 2. And you're going to do what you did to create the holes. You're going to knit 2, decrease 1, skip 1, decrease the next to the center, then knit 2. Then knit 2, yarn over 1, knit 1, yarn over, and then knit 2. Make sure you put all those loops over, which should be 3. And then knit 7. And then you're going to decrease by 1 on each end. You'll knit 5. So go ahead and knit 5. And then go back and knit 5 again. And then decrease on each end down to 3. And then knit 3. And then knit 3 again. And then decrease down to 1. So decrease on each end down to 1. And then you're going to knit all of those together. Again, you can wrap all this rather than knitting. It makes it bigger though. And knit. And then you're going to snip the end. And then pull it through. Tighten. And then if you did a drawstring, you can drawstring together, or you can tighten your cast on, which I'm tightening my cast on. You can make a bigger leaf by adding a larger amount of odd rows and doing the decrease yarn over in the middle. You would just need to do that more than 2 times if you did a bigger leaf. But that's how you would kind of go about making a bigger leaf if you want to. there's what it looks like. And we're going to sew our leaves onto our roses, and I did 2, but you can sew 1 or 2 or more, however many you want, onto your rose. But you can adjust the size of how big of a rose you want by adjusting the loom and doing more petals, which makes it bigger. And if you want bigger leaves, you just add to the ends and do the decrease in yarn over in the middle, and do more than just the twice on the decrease part if you add more. Every time you add an extra set of rows for the decrease. So if you do 9 instead of 7, you want to do that decrease section 3 times. If you did 11, then you want to do it 4 times. Alrighty, there you are. You're done. That's your rose and your leaf.